What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. I just want to focus in on John Tavares' MVP candidacy. I talked about Ovechkin's last week. It seems like a weekly thing. It's a few weeks ago before the injuries, Patrick Kane. Then Ovechkin, really caught fire and came on the spotlight. Not that he wasn't, in the spotlight anyway. And then obviously Carey Price and Pekka Rinne, we're doing some great things. I mean, Price is having a season for the ages in Montreal, and it's weird to say there's the Montreal Canadian flying under the radar. But he's doing just that. I mean, his numbers have gotten better since last week. Which, when you have it was 1.91 goals against, it's gone down to 1.89. So he's amazing. But John Tavares is definitely in the mix right now too. He's leading the league in points with 72 through 68 games. Remember what kind of a super phenom he was, and to see him coming through and really emerging as a catalyst on a really good New York Islanders team that's finally starting to show signs of being a contender for the time being and going forward. I love what they're doing in Long Island. They're tied for the best record in the Eastern Conference right now with the Habs, 90 points, first in the Metropolitan Division, and Tavares' contributions are a huge reason why. Now, they've obviously reworked their team on the blue line and the crease, this offseason, going out and getting themselves a Yaroslav Halak, then obviously Johnny Boychuk and Nick Leddy, and those guys have all come up big for the Islanders time and time again, but I really like what JT is doing. He's a straw that stirs the drink on Long Island, and one of the most gifted offensive players in the league that, for all the hype he got, kind of flew under the radar playing in a morbid franchise like the Islanders for the first few years he was in the league. Now he's just lighting it up. The team's playing great. They got a requisite, good requisite players around them to really have a contender for a long time. And this team isn't going anywhere anytime. So I mean, they're going to Brooklyn. They're physically going somewhere. But in terms of being a contender, I don't think the Islanders are going to screw this up, which is something I don't say a lot. Tavares has come up big so many times. 7 game-winning goals in the season, second in the league behind Ovechkin. 12 power play markers. I think he's like 3rd or 4th in the league in that category, and really just doing some great things. And he scored 4 overtime goals this season. That's very, very impressive. I don't think anyone else comes close to that. So I think when it all comes down, Tavares, Ovechkin, Carey Price, someone's gonna argue with me. It's like, you know what? There's so many. It's a cop-out answer. So many great players in the league. So many players having great years and willing their team to new heights, but in any order, Ovechkin, Tavares, Carey Price, those are my 3. And I've talked. It's no goalie's won the MVP, the Hart Trophy, since Jose Theodore in 2002. So to have another Habs goalie would be kind of interesting. But I think this is a pretty good MVP class. And I mean, you can make an argument Nick Backstrom's in that mix. A couple other guys as well. But I think right now it's those 3. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, that's all I got in this episode of the Power Play with CJ on the MVP Hart Trophy candidacy for John Tavares. Stay tuned for episodes of the season and beyond. Later, guys.